Hello, Randy Rain here, and before I get started on my restoration of this power tool, pop quiz hotshot, here are 4 power tools. One of these power tools is not a jigsaw. I repeat, not a jigsaw. Which one is not a jigsaw? Now, if you pick this little green one down here, well, you're too smart for me, because you know that's a Sears Companion saber saw. And all these other 3 are all jigsaws. Now, you may be coming to tell me, no, this one here, that is a scroll saw. Well, actually, it is a Dremel Moto Jig Saw Model 8 is what it is. And so if you came here to school me on this tool, well, I'm here to school you on the actual terminology and where it comes from. Jigsaw was first invented in the 1800s. Jig meaning to move back and forth and not in a straight line. You ever heard of dancing a jig? Well, that's where it comes from. Cutting in not a straight line. After World War II, motors became cheap and everything got motorized. And so this thing was made in the late 50s, early 60s. And at this point, these names have not been cemented in. And they were up to the whim of whatever the company called them. And so jigsaw was first, but then later they started making these things bigger, and then they started becoming known as scroll saws. So that's the story. So let me show you how I restored this jigsaw / scroll saw. So here's my assessment so far. I believe it's just a metal base. Then there's 2 metal pieces here that are connected by this metal trim here and here. Then there's a motor. And in between these 2 metal pieces is this armature that the motor makes it reciprocate. Maybe even hinging right here on this bolt going through. This thing that holds your piece down still has good tension in it. Good spring. This thing seems to, where you put your blade on and that pulls it tight. Can't seem to move that, but I don't really know where to start. You would think that this motor would probably come right out, and normally it probably would, but it's very rusted, I'm sure. Alright, I guess first thing, take this off. How in the world are you going to get that back in there? Hopefully I can. Looks like this thing here is just spring fit into it. I don't know what this is for. Guess I can find out. Oh, I see. That is just the brace for the table. Look at that. Huh? How about that? So yeah, that's just, it's like thick sheet metal. I'm going to go ahead and try to take this motor off, see what happens. These slot screws. Now, well, I'll be darned, it does just pop right out of there. So there's the motor. So yep, it's just off-centered, and it has weight to offset that. Here is a bearing. Yep, it's just going bloom. And so yeah, that bearing's all froze up. I guess that's a bearing. A bushing, maybe, I don't know. So what kind of screws are these? So these screws are like fat flatheads. They're not quite square, but then again, they're not flat either. These screws are like butterfly shaped, and my God, well, I don't have anything that will fit in there. That's the best grip so far. Gotcha. That one's real easy. I'm going with big guns here. That's tough. There you go. There. There you go. Whew, got that. Got one more for this plate. The motor screw held the other side in. This one has one of these. I'm just going with this. There you go. I guess it's time to see what happens with this. It bends my screwdriver is what it does. I do this. That worked. Let's see what a pair of pliers does. That came loose. That one. That one. And that one. That one's actually turning. I'm not turning the bolt. Nice. Okay. Holy cow, look here. Big old nest of something or another in here. A dirt dauber. Scary. Hopefully everything's dead in here. This off. There's one scary wire. Take this off. It's just crumbling. Grunt. Oh, wow. Wasn't expecting that. I was expecting the whole thing to come out. It seems to be bushings, not bearings. So I guess that's pressed into there and that's not coming out. I'm going to start by cleaning this just with WD-40. Of course. Look. Oh yeah, look at there. Pad there too. Now I don't understand this motor one bit. The brushes are that. I don't know. Real bearing and bushing grease. Nobody can tell me I'm putting the wrong thing on there now. About that. Then this guy went on. That. Then these screws had the lock washers. So that's off. It should be right like that. There you go, Bob's your uncle. So with this, all I'm going to do is put it right under this plate that's holding this thing. Here's what happened. Damn, whole damn thing broke. There we go. Alright, I got this stuff. And it says this can make up to a gallon. And you can use it diluted or just like it is. I am going to pour this in here. Okay, this has a very familiar smell. It smells like victory. No, it smells like an automotive shop. Okay, there is overnight. I took all the paint off? Okay. Wasn't expecting that. So I guess that sticker's gone too. Yeah. Wow, check that out. All the paint just came right off of it. Everything's given a little sanding, and some parts needed a little extra help with the little belt sander. Mainly this little part, but then the backside gets a clear coat to prevent rust. And the front side gets this red apple satin because it's the only thing I have. Everything got 2 coats eventually. Alright, it is all dry. It's been a couple of days. I like how this has this matte finish. This has that satin. Wish it looked like that. I don't know why it did that, but it did that. These two have the shininess. Seems like it needs to go in all at once. Maybe I'll just put it in there. I did forget the spring, so hopefully I can still get it on there. Oh yeah. There's this piece. Oh yeah. And there's this piece. Now the screws that go up here, I found out they're called clutch screws. They're an early version of security screws. You can still get drivers and screwdrivers for them, but I could not find one small enough. The smallest one I could find, still too big. Okay, this has a slot that it fits in. This gets bent down. And I got some sheet metal screws, and hopefully these will work. It looks as if. I would have liked for them to be a little shorter, but these are the shortest ones I could find. Thanks, Home Depot. They are working great, though. I'm just going to put a new washer. This somehow did this. Okay, just go all the way down. Ow. Now lock it in there like that. That's got to mate into there. Oh yeah, it's like a nice old car, and I'm ready to take it for a drive. You want to see it in action? Here we go. How about a jigsaw puzzle of a jigsaw? Now that's a metaphor for something. If you like this video, I sure would appreciate a thumbs up. If you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. I want to thank these people here. These are the patrons. These are the people bringing you the Dremel Moto Jig Saw Model 8. And I want to thank them oh so very much. I couldn't do any of this stuff without them. And if you'd like to become a patron, of course, there's perks and stuff. So check the links. Anyway, thanks for watching.